saying Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillah. We are here with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy on us, gathering us, giving us the honor of faith, giving us the honor of Islam, giving us the honor of tariqat, giving us the honor of jamaat, gathering us here on top of a mountain, in the middle of winter, where there is snow outside. People coming from the cities, from the comfort and the luxury of their own homes, to stay here. What is the reason? Ask yourself. If we stop asking ourselves, if we stop questioning and asking to find the answer, if we stop using our intelligence, that is a time when our faith is going to go. When there is no faith, there is only ritual. And that is what has become to this nation. Faith is gone. There is no system of faith. There is no structure of faith. There is no practice of faith. There is only a ritual. We may say 1 billion Muslims, 2 billion Muslims. We may say we're praying. We may say we're fasting. We may say we're going to the Hajj. We may say even that we're giving zakat. But it has become a ritual. Because man is no longer sitting down to think, why am I here? What is the reason that I'm put in this world? What is the reason that I'm praying? What is the reason that I'm fasting? What is the reason that I'm giving zakat? What is the reason why I'm going to the Hajj? It has become just a ritual, a practice, because we see our parents doing it, our friends doing it, and we've been doing it for so many years. And because the community is doing it, you don't want to be outside of that community. If you stop doing it, your parents may not like, your support system may fail. So you continue, but there is no faith. It is only a ritual. Meaning, if the community changes and the community becomes a community that does not pray, does not fast, it doesn't do the principles of Islam, then the Ummah is going to change, which we are seeing in these times everywhere, in the West and also in Muslim countries. It has become a ritual. This is the dargah. What is the function of a dargah? What is the meaning of a dargah? The dargah, it is the courtyard of the divine. When you leave everything and you are saying, I'm here for my Lord. If I'm here for my Lord, I have to question myself, why am I here for my Lord? What is it that my Lord wants from me? How do I have to live my life? How do I have to fulfill the promise that I made to my Lord in the day of promises? If man is busy thinking, using his intelligence, not just for the dunya, but for the akhirat, he may reach to a station higher than the angels. Definitely. Up to Sidratul Muntaha, he may reach. But man is not even using that intelligence nowadays to sit down and to think. Why? Because Islam becomes a ritual. It is just a form. It is just a practice. Something that if we leave it, we're going to feel uncomfortable. but it is also heavy. It is a burden. Astaghfirullah. Hasha, astaghfirullah. That is what majority of the Muslims that they are saying, and they are thinking Islam is a burden. How are we going to live Islam in this 21st century? They're saying it's so difficult. How are we going to live the Sunnah of the Rasulullah ﷺ in this 21st century? It's a interference. So Islam becomes an interference, something heavy that doesn't fit into the time. And we are hearing this first from the non-Muslims. It is their job to say that. But now we're hearing it from the Muslims. And we're hearing it from the Muslim scholars. And now they are suspending everything that is giving identity to Islam, giving us identity to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Saying drop that identity and just become one of the unbelievers. Follow their lifestyle. Islam is just ritual. Islam is just saying shahadat, praying 5 times, giving zakat, fasting, going to Hajj. Why are you making Islam to be so difficult, brother? They are saying. Why are you coming to Dergah? Why are you escaping from this world? Why are you escaping from yourself to come to the Dergah, to sit down, to think, to meditate, to question, to ask, to put yourself under a microscope, to analyze yourself, to judge yourself? If you don't judge yourself now, you're going to be heavily judged in the grave and in the hereafter. There's no way out. But in this world, it is not even giving you time to think, let alone to put yourself under that microscope and to judge yourself. Because this world has taken us hostage. This materialistic world has taken us hostage and is saying to us, no, you have to work 9 to 5. You have to earn money. You have to provide for yourself, for your kids. You have to be busy with this. 90% of your life and of the days and of your time, you have to be busy with this. They are complaining. We are working. We cannot pray. They're not thinking there is something wrong with our lifestyle, that prayer cannot be prayed. But they're saying there's something wrong with the prayer, because it cannot fit into this egoistic life that we've chosen for ourselves, that we want. Since when Muslims have chosen this egoistic lifestyle that is busy with the dunya, that is sunk in this ocean of being drunk with the hubub dunya? We're looking. It's not 500 years. It's not 300 years. It's not even 200 years. It is a little under 100 years. Since when? If Muslims sit down to think, first as an individual, then as a community, then as an ummah, then he will come to certain intelligent conclusions to know Islam needs a whole framework. It needs a whole system. Islam is not something that is just personal. They're saying religion is personal. Religion is just something that you pray 5 times a day. Don't let it interfere into your life. Your life is something else. Religion is something else. Separate Allah and the world. Are we understanding this? And we are believing it. Muslims are believing it. So this world does not belong to Allah. We've got another thing coming. So, a dargah is making man to sit down to think. Then, whatever that you're doing will not become a ritual. It will not become empty. Because every action that we do for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, every action that we do imitating the Holy Prophet ﷺ, it is filled with oceans of meaning that if you start to enter into it, you will never come out. But if the heart is busy with the love of the dunya, how are you going to put the love of Allah in akhirat in that? Impossible. First, you have to free yourself from this. Individually, community, and as a ummat, as a whole global force. Because Islam is not just personal. Islam has never just been personal. Islam is also a state. Islam is a system. Islam is science. Islam is architecture. Islam is medicine. Islam is music. Islam is everything that is in this dunya and everything in the akhirat. And Islam is everything that is in the seven skies and the seven earths and the seven seas and beyond that. Islam is not just contained in 18,000 existences and worlds and alams. It is beyond that. Where it is in creation, Islam is not in. Inna Deena Ind-Allahul Islam. And now, weak 21st century man putting Islam aside and saying this is the lifestyle that we want to lead. Don't let Islam to interfere into our lifestyle. A big mistake, wrong direction. And the people who are supposed to wake us up, they are themselves lost in it. They're not waking up. They're not waking up the ummah to understand. Come back to your senses. Come back to your senses. How are you going to come back to your senses? If you're going to be drugged 24 hours with the love of this dunya. If you're going to be busy running around for the pleasures and the treasures of this dunya and the ego and the desires of this world. That's why the dargah has to be open for people to escape, to come, to sit down from themselves, from their societies, to sit and to think and to meditate. You cannot do that at home. You cannot. You need a place where there is going to be heavenly support, and you need a place where there is going to be spiritual support from the ground to be able to be in a correct situation, to sit down and to understand and to come back to your senses. That is what the dargah is. That's why when those shaitans who brought down the Khilafat, first thing that they did was to destroy the dargahs. Once you destroy the dargahs, then man does not have a place to go to find himself. Masjids is not a place to go find yourself. Masjid, it is for you to worship. It is an official place. Dargah is completely different. Yes, they leave some dargahs open. They leave only those dargahs that are open. That is going to, those dargahs, they are continuing because their practices will not interfere into whatever the state is doing. Let them sing and dance. It's okay. Because they're singing and they're dancing. They're not waking up. They're just singing and dancing. It's okay. Close the dargahs that makes people to think and to understand and to become intelligent, to put two and two together, to put events of 100 years, 500 years, 800 years, 1,400 years to the events that is happening today, to see how Allah has put every knowledge there for us to take and for us to take lesson from it and to use it to bring us to higher stations here and hereafter. The dargah is for that. They close dargahs that are training people to do that. But they let the other dargahs that are open, that are only busy with singing and dancing or selling towels or being involved in this funny business with the other ones. All of that is useless knowledge. Malayani. Dargah does not need the murids. The murids need the dargah. Dargah does not need the people, the believers. Believers need the dargah. There is no way, nowhere, where you'll be able to sit down, to understand and to think, and to come into a conclusion that yes, you are a servant to Allah. This is how you're going to serve step by step. Before you serve Allah, before you serve the Prophet, before you serve His beloved ones, before you serve the Shaykh, serving the Jamaat, how are you going to serve? There is a system, there is a protocol, there is a way, there is a science. Definitely. Because tariqat did not exist just yesterday, randomly. 100 years ago, just like that. 1400 years of tradition. 1400 years of distilled, filtered tradition, knowledge that is a pure and that is an essence. We are nowhere close to those ones who are the real murids, who are real dervishes. Of course, we are not. But at least they are our role models. We believe in them. And we hope and we pray that we become like them one day. Our Shaykh is, our Grand Shaykh is one of those ones. But we are not under any delusion to think that we are fakir, or we are dervishes, or even that we are murids, let alone the word Sufi. It's shameful for us to even claim that, because that is such a high station. Like, can you call yourself a Sahabi? Impossible. Even the thought that to call yourself a Sahabi, you say Astaghfirullah. But there are some, they say no, we are Sahabi and Salafis. We are like Salafis. I follow a Salafiyah. Huh? MashaAllah, what kind of Salafiyah you are? Are we understanding? And they are claiming that we are making a bid'ah. Oh, empty head ones, wake up, because Mahdi alayhi salam is just behind the curtain, and he's going to come out to clean this world up and to bring back the Shariatullah. He's not going to come to say, oh my buddy, oh your majesty, come please, I love you. He's not coming with love. Even the Christians, they understand that Isa alayhi salam is going to come the second time with a sword. Jesus coming with a sword to finish. It's going to be a flood of red blood that is going to flow to clean. Mahdi alayhi salam is coming with that. They are saying, don't scare people. You should scare people. If that's going to wake them up, scare them to wake them up. Because the idea is for them to wake up, not to be drunk, and not to be drugged by these treasures and pleasures of this world, by the love of this world, by ghaflat, new style Muslims, new style Sufis, new style murids. Not understanding, not having discipline, not loving the discipline, not loving the Shariat. Everything they're dropping, mixing. Everything is weak, but claiming number one station in the spiritual world. Like Hazrat Abu Bakr is saying to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Holy Prophet ﷺ, is a long story. Holy Prophet was looking for him. Something happened, an incident before that. They say Hazrat Abu Bakr is in the Kaaba. He's crying. Holy Prophet found him and says, Ya Abu Bakr, why are you crying? He says, Ya Rasulullah, I'm worried for myself. Hazrat the Paygambar is saying, you are Siddiqul Akbar, you are my beloved one. You have no need to be worried. He says, Ya Rasulullah, if Allah, if He takes all my good deeds, all my actions, everything that I've done for the sake of Islam, and He throws it away, and He puts me to the hellfire to punish me, who is there that is going to stop Him? He is Allah, and He has the right. That made the Holy Prophet ﷺ to cry, and both of them cried together. So first thing that the Dargah and the Shaykh is going to teach you is arrogance. Your own arrogance, and how to get rid of that arrogance. Because that arrogance made shaitan to become shaitan. That arrogance is an idol that so many Muslims, they place in their heart to say, we're saying Shahadat, we're praying. Impossible for us to go to hell. We are the best ones. We look down on the others. We're saying to the others, you are kafir, you are committing shirk, haram, bid'ah, kufr. First thing that the Shaykh is going to take out from you is a hidden shirk. And the hidden shirk, Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, it is more difficult to find this hidden shirk. It is harder to detect it. It's like trying to find a black ant on a black rock in the middle of the night. And shirk is the most dangerous wrong action. So what are we being busy with? Finding this hidden shirks? Or are we busy with praising ourselves? And everything is nice and easy because we're so filled with love and understanding, while everything in the world right now burns, and we know that Allah is not happy with the Ummati of Muhammad ﷺ, that we are under heavy punishment. So what kind of illusional and delusional world we're living in now? Yes, this is what the dargahs must be busy with. This is what the dargahs must bring people to understand, to bring out all this hidden wrong characteristics of the ego, to get rid of it. That time your faith will come back. That time your prayer will come back to life. Your fasting will come back to life. Your own life will come back to life, because there is a reason for that. You are thinking, you're using your intelligence. You're not doing it like a robot. You're not doing it like a ritual. And that is the time. Slowly you'll start to understand what is it that your Lord wants from you. This is just the beginning. To clean yourself up is just the beginning. What to do after you clean up? We have a long journey ahead. Inshallah Rahman, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. Keep us clean. Take away the confusion, the fitna, the nazar from us. For us to stay in this way and to continue in this mission, because this mission is the mission of the Holy Prophet. This is the work of the Prophet. Yes, not everyone can carry it. You want to sing and dance, go ahead. But to sit down and to start cleaning, waiting for the light from our Shaykh to come to us and to try to bring others into this way, to make them understand, that is a job that was given to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, that the Naqshbandi Tariqat it is holding on to. And inshallah Rahman, yes, we are no good for nothing, but that is our intention. And if Allah is going to judge us according to our intention, may our intention be good. Astaghfirullah al-azim wa atubu ilayh. Wa min Allah tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Bismillah. Amin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.